Our mission, Helping Parents Heal, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting bereaved parents. Through support and resources offered, we aspire to help individuals become shining light parents, meaning a shift from a state of emotional heaviness to one of hopefulness and greater peace of mind. Helping Parents Heal goes a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and afterlife evidence in a non dogmatic way. Helping Parents Heal affiliate groups welcome everyone, regardless of religious or non religious background, and encourage open dialogue. Attendance at all Helping Parents Heal meetings is voluntary. All discussions that take place at affiliate led meetings are confidential. We hope that participants will learn from and share with each other. Zoom meetings run by leadership are not confidential. These meetings typically feature guest presenters and are posted on YouTube so that affiliate members worldwide can watch and benefit. Neither type of Helping Parents Heal meeting is designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers, allowing parents to learn about many possible ways to heal. This includes presenters covering progressive topics such as afterlife evidence and connecting with our children who have passed. The views expressed by our guest speakers may or may not reflect the opinions of Helping Parents Heal leaders and members, so we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally. Welcome, everyone. We're so glad you're here. And thank you, Michelle, for being here tonight.
Yes, Michelle, we are so grateful that you're here. And I have a very short bio that I'm going to read about you so that people know a little bit more about you. But before I do, I just want to say that Michelle has been, one of her clients has gifted one of you with a reading. And so she is going to do a little exercise at the end of this to be able to determine who wins the free reading. But I'll go ahead and read her bio. Michelle LeRay is a spiritual medium who has been connecting people all over the world with their loved ones and spirit guides for many years. As a trained End of Life Doula, she is devoted to supporting people who are preparing to make their final transition from this physical world. In addition to her work as a medium and doula, Michelle offers teachings on many different topics to help those who are interested in enhancing their own intuitive abilities and strengthening their trust in themselves as they navigate their own unique healing journeys. Michelle is also a regular facilitator of Death Cafés and a volunteer with Palliative MB. Please visit her website to learn more about Death Cafe Winnipeg, and I will go ahead and post that in the chat box. It's www.spiritguidedpath.com. And without further ado, please join me and Irene in welcoming Michelle LeRay. Welcome, Michelle.
Hi, thank you so much for having me again. It's such a pleasure to be here, and I'm really grateful to spend this time with all of you. When I had asked about an upcoming date to spend some time with you, I was provided with two different ones, and I chose today because today's the date of my mother's birthday, and she's been in spirit for 2.5 years. And I thought, what better way to celebrate her and honor her than to spend this evening with you and connecting you with spirit. So thank you so much for having me. I'm very grateful to be here. So what I like to do right before I do any sort of spirit work or messages is to get everyone kind of in a really calm and peaceful place. I hope you don't mind if I do a short little meditation. We're not going to go too deep. I really know that you're wanting to get to the messages and all of that, and we absolutely will. But after a long day, sometimes it helps just to take a moment for mindfulness, for some deep breath. And so I just encourage you or invite you to, if you will, close your eyes and begin to breathe deeply. Inhaling through your nose while the tip of your tongue touches the roof of your mouth. Whenever you feel ready, you can exhale, letting your tongue relax, opening your mouth, and just letting that air out gradually. After 3 deep mindful breaths, allowing yourself to feel what your body is telling you. You might notice that you're carrying tension in your head or neck or shoulders, letting your shoulder blades go back, opening your chest, your heart center, while you're still continuing to breathe deeply. And just allowing that stress, that tension to melt away. And this can be a good time to call upon your loved ones in spirit, to ask them to be present with you during this session and always, remembering that your loved ones are only a thought away. And just allowing yourself to become grounded and centered. Almost picturing energetic roots, like the roots of a tree, flowing downward from your feet into Mother Earth, helping you to feel grounded, rooted in that beautiful energy. And during this entire session, there'll be a beautiful healing energy available to all. Whenever you feel ready, you may open your eyes and come back to your full conscious awareness. Thank you for doing that. And it's so funny, the second that I finished that, opened my eyes, and there's only one person in the waiting room, and their name is Sandy, and that's my mom's name. So there we go. Always something, right? So thank you. So I'm really glad to be here with you today. I hope that you're doing as well as possible. As Elizabeth had shared, I'm also a death doula, and I'm a grief counselor. And so I work with people before, during, and after, death takes place. And it's, along with being a wonderful honor, it's a great responsibility, and it's something I take very seriously. And so before I wanted to get into the messages tonight, and of course, as a teacher, I always encourage questions. If there's something that you've wanted to ask a medium or a death doula or anyone who works in this realm, please feel free to either write it in the text chat box, or you can write to me directly if you'd like to keep it anonymous. I have no problems with that. I love to answer questions because that's how we learn. And if you're thinking of it, chances are someone else is too. So please don't hesitate. If there's something that you've always wanted to ask, or even if you've asked it before to other mediums, it's wonderful sometimes to get other perspectives, right? So please don't hesitate. But something I just wanted to share, and I talk about this quite a lot, and there are differing opinions on this regarding, how long someone should wait after a significant loss has taken place before they have a session with a medium. And I never say that, oh, you absolutely have to wait a certain amount of time, but I do encourage some mindfulness on this, because there is the potential, because with mediumship, it's a form of healing. And with any potential form of healing, there also is the potential for harm. And so I take this very seriously. I really want people to only, enter into a session with me when they're really truly ready for it. Sometimes when done too soon, if you're not ready for it, it can be shocking. Sometimes you're not even expecting the information to be that accurate, or it might just be too soon to receive it. And the last thing I ever want to do is cause harm. I don't want to cause harm. I want to help. And so, how we can kind of ascertain whether or not we're ready is for a session is, a lot about really being honest with ourselves. I always tell people, if you feel like you need to write to the medium about, being desperate for a session, that desperate to connect, what I often say is, when you really feel like it's, you're struggling like that, that's often the raw early grief speaking. And what you need is support first. You need some time for support. Again, and this is very general. Not everyone is going to require a certain amount of time. I personally recommend about 4 to 6 months after significant loss. But again, that is not for everyone. Some people can and do have readings days, weeks, a month after, and that works for them. But you need to be very honest what works for you. And so this is just an encouragement about being very mindful about it and not going too quickly into it. And some people will say, well, it really helped, and that's fine. But I've also met a plethora of people who have said the opposite. They did it too soon. They weren't ready. They were still in shock, and it caused harm. And that's the last thing I would want to do. So these are just encouragements. things to think about. I see somebody had asked me a question. So someone asked about, can I speak about soul planning versus free will and choices? Trying to understand that their child had a plan, but they also made the choices to leave so young. So again, I have to speak in generalities. I mean, there's so many of you here, and I can't tell you that your child chose this without connecting. I can't tell you, what the plan was or why it was. Even when I connect, I can't even guarantee that I can tell you exactly why, because the biggest rule of spirit communication, I feel, again, this is only from my experience. I mean, I can't possibly speak for other mediums or anyone else, but I feel from my many years of working with spirit that the number one rule of spirit communication is that they cannot interfere with our lessons here. And so sometimes that means I can't tell you why. Sometimes I can't even tell you how if you don't know. Sometimes I can tell you things that I can't believe that they're telling me, but it depends person to person. And so you might be like, well, so-and-so found out why this or what happened with that, but that might be because for whatever reason, that information isn't going to affect the life lessons or the, something beyond my capability or my, cognition in this life. Like we can't always understand, we can't always comprehend. So in terms of soul planning versus free will and choices, often that comes up, especially with if someone chooses to leave by choice versus say accident or medical issue. I cannot say that I mean, I don't have the right. I can't possibly tell you that anyone would actually put into their plan or to their blueprint or however you word it personally, that they would put in that they would die by suicide, if that's what you're asking about, anonymously. There are times when a spirit might come through and they will let me know that they had in previous incarnations that they had chosen to leave before, and for whatever reason it happened again. I've never felt personally, and again, take what is useful from what I say and discard it if it's not. Like I can't, I'm not telling you I'm an expert on any of this. I've always felt that, like, say, if they leave by choice, I've never personally felt, based on what I've heard from them, because I've never met one that has said that they are happy with that choice. I don't feel like it's part of a plan, but I do feel like they do come in knowing that it's a potential sometimes, because it is a free will choice. And so in terms of, planning and free will choices, if you're asking if it was a free will choice to allow themselves to become ill and that would lead to their death, I would say a lot of the times with that, again, whether we use the word blueprint or soul plan or whatever terminology resonates with you, I feel like we come here with a lot of possibilities. And so we do make choices that lead us down, certain paths, or we make choices that make those possibilities a reality. But I don't know that I could say that absolutely this was 100% going to happen from start to finish the way it did. Does all of that make sense? And it's okay if you disagree, but this is just what I feel about that. I have another question here, but I wanted to say, oh, you're welcome. Yeah, so feel free to write questions if you have any. Another one I just received was, how do you deal with guilt from suicide, being the last one to talk to him? And did I say something? Oh, okay. Well, without connecting with you, I can't tell you specifics. I don't know that there's anyone that doesn't feel some level of guilt from any significant loss, even if it wasn't by suicide. I've worked with people in deep grief for so long. Guilt is a part of it. And it's something I think too, that's why I like to talk so much. That's why I do the Death Cafés. That's why I host free monthly grief circles. And if you don't have any support, like you're obviously here, so you obviously have support, but if you want additional support, I do offer free monthly grief circles. And we have our next one on Sunday, and there are many bereaved parents that join us. So if you're ever looking for just even additional support monthly, feel free to join us. I would love to have you there. How do you deal with guilt? Well, I mean, first of all, definitely seek, the care of a professional, a therapist, a counselor, someone that you can see, that you trust, and develop that rapport with and work through it, because there's a level of trauma with that, and you definitely need that support. If there's barriers to receiving that help, because I do know that in some states, or I'm in Canada, in some provinces here too, the wait list is significant. Some people are waiting a year to see a psychologist, and or more. So I mean, if you don't have the professional support, then peer support like this and other, looking locally, but on a personal level, for yourself, going inward, trying to deal with that.
Could I say something?
Oh, of course.
While you're speaking, please reach out to our caring listeners. I was going to type it into the chat box.
Yeah.
We are so desperate to make sure that people know about our caring listeners. There are 34 of them. We have 10 languages spoken. We just added a caring listener who speaks Arabic today, and we have Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, as well as Cantonese. We have so many different languages, as well as lots of people here in the States and other places who speak English. And so we're all volunteer parents who have gone down the healing path, and we reach a hand back to help others forward. And all of our bios are on the website, and we are just ready to help whenever anyone needs help. We have men and women and from all different backgrounds. So just wanted to throw that in there, because if you are looking for some support, we are certainly not professionals, but we're an ear to listen, and we have been through this and have been able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So anyway, thank you for letting me say that, Michelle. I'm just going to put the link in the chat box, if that's okay. And I'll turn myself off.
Of course, I'm so glad that you could say that, because it's so important that we have resources. I mean, locally, I have lots of resources for people, and I can offer my grief circles. But I mean, absolutely, like, there are supports out there. There are people who care, the people who want to listen. So please remember that you're not alone in your grief, no matter what happened. Because I teach a lot about grief. Disenfranchised loss, secondary losses. Like, there's so much to be taught about the other levels of grief, and secondary losses are huge in that, like losing your identity, losing who you were before they died. There's so much, and that's what we talk about in grief circles too. And in terms of joining the monthly grief circle that I offer, feel free to go to my website. It's under free online offerings. I also offer, bi-weekly meditations for free on Zoom, the Death Cafés. So I do offer other free services to help you in your grief and help you with your mindfulness, just to help you on your healing journey. So please, and definitely, please take advantage of the caring listeners. That's a wonderful program, and I definitely do recommend that to people as well. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. If there's unless there's any other questions, I'm happy to get to some messages tonight. So with messages, I'm going to bring forward a spirit, and we're going to narrow it down to who, maybe four. If it doesn't fit, like, it needs to fit basically exactly, except for maybe a small, minute thing, but it really, it should fit. And after we've decided who it's for, then I'm going to ask that person personally to if they'll give me permission to connect with them, so I can pick up on stronger information and provide that message. Of course, there may be spirits lined up. I'm not sure if everyone's here that was supposed to be here, so we'll see if that goes through. But please pay attention. And I don't know how, Elizabeth, I forget how you determine if people just write in the text chat or if they put their hands up or something like that.
Yeah, type it in the chat, please.
Okay, I'll let you determine. I'll just keep going, and you'll let me know when there's someone who's like, absolutely, or just it might be no one. But I've had this gentleman with me for a few days. I think he's been very excited, but I'm really hoping that I feel like it's his mother that's here. He for his entire life, he was developmentally disabled, and I do feel like, I'm not sure if he was in a wheelchair the entire time, but I do feel like mobility was an issue. And I don't feel like he was very old when he died. I'm going to say either like early in his, like close to 20s or just in his 20s. I could be wrong. He looks young in the face, though. I almost want to say that, like, I might have even had a bit of scruff. I'm not entirely certain. But I feel like his hair was short, and I feel like his hair was a bit darker too. Like yeah, I would say it was darker hair. I don't see glasses, but I do feel like he was. I want to say he's very likely in a wheelchair. I don't feel like he's able to walk. I'm not 100% sure that he was verbal either. I do feel like there was communication, like nonverbal communication for sure. Or there might have been barriers to communication, but in terms of verbal communication, but I do feel like he was very well cared for. And I do feel like he's been very excited to connect with his family. And there may have, I'm not 100% sure if it was a seizure disorder or there was some disorders that might have been neurological as well. But I do feel like there was, something like that potentially, probably neuromuscular to some degree, that maybe I'm just not getting the right diagnosis. Does this match for anyone at all?
We might have one person, Michelle.
Okay.
Someone is saying my son had special needs and was mostly in a wheelchair. He was 16 when he passed.
Did he have darker hair, like dark colored hair?
So Lynn, if you could type if he had dark colored hair.
I'm not sure that he was in the wheelchair all the time, but I'm seeing him, that's how I'm seeing him today.
Okay, and then we have someone else saying son was nonverbal, autism, suffered seizures, was in a wheelchair temporarily.
Okay, I'll keep going. And I do feel like he very likely had a sister. And I feel like his sister is still here in this world.
Okay.
I feel like too that he lived, I'm gonna say probably the States because I don't think this is Canada.
Yeah. Lynn said he has a sister still here.
Okay. There's a few still. I do feel like the winters were mild. If like I don't feel like there was a lot of snow in the winters wherever they lived. So let's see. I'm seeing sunshine. That or either like the sun. I don't feel like the winters were.
Well, Lynn's in Arizona, so I think maybe we should.
So probably Lynn.
Yeah.
Did Lynn say
speak
that
to her?
there's a sister? I'm sorry, I didn't.
Yes, sister here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Can we?
Okay. Yes, I've asked her to unmute. Hi,
you.
Lynn.
Hi.
Hi, Lynn. Oh, there you are. Thank you. So nice to meet you. May I connect with your energy, Lynn?
Sure.
Okay. Have you ever had a session before?
No.
Okay.
I would love to.
Okay. Well, he's been around for the last 2 days. I think he was first in line, and I've been taking stuff up on him, and I'm like, I hope she's there. I'm just like, I don't know, but I hope she's there because I promise I'm gonna bring you through first. And here he is, and he's so excited. So I'm gonna connect with your energy if you don't mind, and then I'll bring forward more validation. Okay. Just try to relax as best you can. Okay. So as I connect with you, I mean, I feel like I got a lot of tears in my eyes already. I feel like you've been waiting for this, eh? Like you've been wanting to know how he's doing. Is that true? I mean, obviously, but I feel like
very much
what I felt with him immediately was, and I feel with you, like I can feel a lot of, I mean, obviously you're, I don't know how long it's been, but I can feel it in your heart still. There's a lot of grief. And, but I feel like above everything that I was feeling with him, and I still feel with him and with you, is that you loved him with your whole heart, and you gave him your all. Like I feel like you, from start to finish, you were by his side. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I feel like, I mean, that meant some really hard choices. Like I feel like what he's telling me now, it's a lot about like things that he probably wasn't super cognitively aware of while he was here, but he knows now. He's able to be cognitively aware of all the things. And what I'm hearing is you weren't always, I wasn't reading. Did you say? I don't remember. I'm not going to ask. I do feel like there was the nonverbal thing made sense to you, like okay.
Yes.
Like you weren't always sure if he understood, but it's like I feel like on some level you could tell energetically that he did understand some of the things that you were saying to him. Does that make sense? Like you could tell. Does that make sense to you at all?
Yeah.
It's like I feel like you
very much
feel it. Like because he's saying something about how there wasn't always like a consistent sign of understanding, but you could feel it. And I feel like
definitely.
Yeah, what he just said is he's been waiting a long time to say this out loud. I love you, Mom. Because he's got me crying, and I feel like he's just bursting with joy to see you. Like he's been wanting to do this for a little while, and I just feel like he's just been waiting to say hello. He's saying that Okay. Please tell me if this is accurate. He said something about, and see, the thing is with dreams, not everyone remembers them, but do you remember having 2 visitations with him since he's transitioned? Has it been about,
Dreams?
well, it seemed like dreams, but they're visitations, like two strong dreams where like you can remember how you felt. Do you remember seeing him?
Yes, I've definitely had dreams of him.
Okay. Do you remember one where he was very like walking and smiling, like really animated? Do you recall that one? I feel like that was a really real visitation. You were seeing him in his like full light and all that. And I feel like you felt it, like he says you felt a little bit more peaceful after that one. Do you remember feeling that way?
Yeah, yes, definitely.
So I feel like he's just, again, this is all validation, like telling me about what he, because these are very real dreams, like, or very real visits. The ones that you can remember and you can recall how you felt, like the energy, the emotions, all of that. That is, very, that's a real visitation. It's like, he's like, I can't wait to show you around and look at my room, and all, like he's so excited to tell you everything. And I feel like you had a strong connection. Like he just, I feel like you just, you knew what he needed when he needed it, and there was just so much. Like I just feel like you learned so much by being his mother in this life, and I feel like,
Definitely.
yeah, and I feel like he has a lot of gratitude to you um for just, okay. He's showing me, this might be a memory from when he was a bit younger. I do feel like there were times when he I'm trying to, I can't decide if he did have seizures, or when he like seemed uncomfortable and he would be moving a certain way, and you would do stuff to like rub his body or put pillows up his, like you did things to try to specifically help him through any discomfort or anything like that. Does that make sense? Like maybe muscle spasms, or even like frustration. I'm not exactly sure what he's showing me, but I do you know what I'm trying to say? And do you
Yeah,
remember?
yeah. He didn't have seizures, but he definitely had issues, temper tantrums
Okay.
occasionally when he would, and I think he was just frustrated.
Oh, that's what I'm feeling, like frustration, like but I
But
feel like you
it
knew.
could have been pain too. We didn't, we
Yeah,
just try to keep him comfortable.
yeah. Well, because he's showing me his legs tensing up a bit. Did he have like, maybe not, I don't know if you'd call them spasms, but did his legs or his body tense up a little bit sometimes? Maybe that was a little just like uncomfortable.
Um, well, he definitely had physical issues. I don't know about spasms, but he had physical issues, and um including scoliosis in his back, and so I'm sure there was some pain
Right.
sometime, at times.
Right. So yeah, I mean, he was so excited to come forward, and I just feel him giving you like the biggest hug. It's like a squeeze, like just, and I just feel like,
He did give the best hugs.
did he? Oh, I love that. I love that so much. I was just seeing if there's anything else. And you said like he was, I received it correctly. He has a sister that's still physically in this world, correct?
Yes.
Okay. It feels like he's talking about like they had a pretty special bond too. Is that true?
uh Actually, not really.
Okay.
She
That's okay. Would you classify it as like, maybe not love hate kind of thing, but like, there's still like, at the end of the day, she would have been there for him.
Yeah, they had an interesting relationship because it was hard for her because having a brother with special needs, and um
Yeah, there's always going to be that bit of resentment and stuff.
right, right.
Feel like though, I do feel like there's like, I feel like they have a connection.
I hope so.
Oh, for sure. And I don't know, like sometimes too, I don't know how it feels like she's not, I feel like she's still growing into her own walls. Like I don't feel like she's, yeah. So as she matures, she might go through a stage where she might even feel guilt for maybe not being patient with him and stuff like that. But please, he wants her to know he loves her, and he gets it. He doesn't want her to ever carry that kind of guilt, if that ever comes up. I don't know if it ever has, or if it might manifest in later time, but I do feel like he wants her to know that he loves her, and he hopes that she'll just keep him in her heart as well. Does that make sense?
I'll be sure to tell her.
Okay. Well, Lynn, it was an honor to bring this forward for you today. Thank you for giving me the chance. And I know he was really excited for this. So I hope that you don't mind. But thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Of course.
I really appreciate it.
Of course. Take good care.
That was beautiful. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
wonderful.
Okay. So whenever I do these bigger sessions, I always ask, like I was picking up a bit on him for a few days, and then I was picking up on a female spirit, and I'm feeling her now. And this one's going to be a little tougher, and I'm sorry, but I mean, I don't get to choose. I don't get to I don't get to dictate this. So while I'm kind of hopeful that maybe this won't resonate, if it does, please know that I'm just trying to be as gentle as I possibly can. And I'm so sorry if this is, something that happened, but I feel a female spirit, and she told me that she died. I don't even want to say it. I do feel like she might have been shot. Before I bring forward any, like not by her own hand, but I really hope I'm wrong. Like I feel very nervous and sad saying this. Before, don't tell me anything else, but I just want to know, is there even anyone here?
Yes, there is someone here.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see if anything else matches, because I was
Sure.
feeling heavy about this one, and I'm so sorry that you lost her this way. I feel such a heaviness with this, because and so it tells me that like I said, this definitely wasn't, you didn't do this, someone else did this. And I feel like I don't exactly understand why there was an act of violence like this. I just kind of feel like how do I word this, especially in these circumstances too. I have to be careful, because I don't know what isn't known about the case, or if it's open or anything like that. I have to be very careful. So she's going to tell me what she can.
I think we already know, Michelle, who this is. I mean, I really do. And as soon as you started talking, before you even said that, I felt it. So
you felt it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
I believe this is Candy, who's here, Candy Jackson. So I'm going to ask her to unmute.
Okay.
It's Candy.
Hi, Candy.
Hi.
There you are.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, I don't see you yet. I mean, of course, I haven't validated fully, so I mean, it might still be for someone else. I hope, but I've seen her. And of course now, I was gonna say I saw her with lighter hair. I don't know if she had lighter hair like you, but did she dye her hair different colors and stuff like that?
She had a lot of highlights in her hair, multiple colors.
Okay. Well, may I connect with your energy, Candy? And we'll see.
Yes.
And I'm so sorry that you lost your daughter this way. I can't tell you how much I was hoping I was wrong. Okay.
It's okay, because she really doesn't care.
Okay. Well, I know, I'm just like, I'm so empathetic. I'm like, oh my God, no, I can't do this. But she's just like, I want to talk to my mom.
She's like, Mommy, that's the worst day of my life. Why are you talking about that?
Okay.
But it's okay.
Okay. I'm going to connect with your energy then, Candy. Thank you. Okay. So as I connect with you, it's interesting, because the first thing I feel with you, I don't know if this is from before or after, but I mean, I feel like you help a lot of people. You're someone who you either listen, or you're very empathetic. Does that make sense to you at all?
I think we all are on here, but thank you. I'll take it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I guess there's that.
You're surrounded by a tremendous.
Like everyone's sensitive and empathetic here, absolutely. But I feel like, yeah, you're very. I feel like you're very open and vulnerable. Like I feel like you well, in a lot of ways, I feel like you share your journey. Does that make sense? Like you talk about it. I feel like you're not one to repress the raw emotions. Does that make sense? And so I feel like this has been like an example to other people, and makes you someone they can trust. Does that make sense?
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. So with her, I feel like okay. I feel like she was a bit of a force. Like she just this force of nature. Like I feel like she had I don't know if you'd consider it a big personality, but I feel like she was someone who, like, she lit up a room. She really just like but she did it on her own. She was she says, it depends who you ask. Because for some she was probably like the most stubborn person they've ever met, and maybe a bit more like kind of, she could be, I don't know, she describes herself as sometimes hot-headed, but at the same time, like, she could also be the most loving person. Like she would give you the shirt off her back, she would help. Like, I feel like there was a lot, like she's very multifaceted personality. Does this resonate so far with your daughter?
Oh, very much, yes.
Okay. And I feel like, and she wasn't one, like, I feel like she doesn't have a blocked throat chakra. I feel like she would speak up for other people. Does that make sense? Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
it's like it just came out, and it's like, but not in like a disrespectful way, but she was like, no, that's not right. And this is how, like, I feel like she gave a voice to people that didn't know how to speak up for themselves. Does that make sense? And I feel like
Definitely.
she said she had a lot of quiet friends. Is that true? Like, a lot of her friends were maybe a bit more introverted, and she was the one who, like, just,
Yeah.
she lived by her own rules, but in like such an inspiring way. Does that make sense at all?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So I just feel her coming forward, and oh, okay. So I feel like she's trying to talk about something that maybe happened recently. Okay. I feel like she's talking about your home. Now, I don't know, like, sometimes too, when they talk about something, I might say it's recent, but maybe just since I don't know when the last time you talked to her like this was. She's showing me something in the room, and I don't know, like, in the house, and it's like, did you just paint a room, or were you like just changing something in the house a little bit?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I have to say it the way she said it, and you're gonna have to forgive me. But she's like, "What were you thinking?" And I'm so sorry. So, did you do something that she may have been like, "What?" Like, if she was here, she might have made a sarcastic joke about.
No, I think she would have liked what I did. I put up all kinds of my own art and angel paintings and things like
It's
that.
probably not that, but I feel like she's talking about, like, she's talking about, I don't know. I keep seeing like splashes of like yellow or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
That's her favorite color. That
okay.
would have been a
So maybe
yeah.
she's
Oh,
saying
she
like,
loved yellow.
gotta put
Everything
yellow.
yellow.
Yeah, so maybe there's more of that needed. You need to put a little bit of her in there. I don't know, because it feels like something. And again, I feel like she says, like, she didn't mean it in the like disrespectful way. I feel like that would be your rapport, like uh bantering with each other. I feel like you had that with her. Like, you could bust each other. She says we could bust each other's chops, but at the end, we love each other so much. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
showing me like we need yellow in here. So I don't know. I just feel like, but she, like, that's like the brightness, the just the force. I feel like that's just who she is, and I feel like she's she. What did you want to say? So she said, "Oh, we need a girls' night," and I feel like she's talking about before, when you would like have like movie nights together, and I see you like on the couch and you're like doing like maybe hand in her hair. Did you ever do something like that in the past?
When she was younger. Yes.
Yeah, okay. But like that was like a bit like a comfort thing. Like, if someone wasn't feeling good, we'll like just hunker
Yeah.
down and have a movie and just like relax. And I feel like, do you remember, like, because she's specifically saying the calm, like she said she could be really I don't know if she's using the word feisty, or I almost want to say like maybe even as a child, like a bit of anxiety, like just always going. And I feel like when you like run your finger through her hair, she'd calm. And I just feel like it's like that kind of energy. She just loves how you could calm her. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yeah. Very much.
Okay. And I just feel there's just so much love coming from her. I feel like she is just so happy to come through. And and you hear her though, hey, because she said something about how she just told you not long ago it wouldn't be long before you heard from her again. Does that make sense? Did that happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I hear from her.
And I'm
Quite a
like,
bit.
what do you need me for? She's like, well, she's like, I have fun with these. I'd love to come through. And so it's like, and I don't want to be a liar, because apparently she told you very recently, just you wait, I'm gonna like come through again or something. So I feel like she told you that she would. So did you expect today that she might?
It does not surprise me.
Okay.
Yeah, not at all. Thank you. It's such a gift. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I mean, she too has been like the gentleman I brought through before, like he was first in line, but she was like right there, and she was starting to tell me things, and I'm like, oh goodness, I hope your mom's there, and I'm so glad that you are, and she's just so happy to have this chance to, again. She says
Yeah.
again, so has she done this before, come through like this, in these kind of sessions?
She has. I've asked her not to, because I know I have such a connection with her, and there's so many, parents that want to hear from their children. So but today is a really, sorry, I'm going to get emotional. It's a really good day.
Okay, I'm really
And
glad.
she knows this is really important to me, this whole group. So And Elizabeth and Irene know what I'm talking about. So this is a validation for me, just moving forward with this organization, and just it's like, mommy, yeah, do that. So, and they know what I mean. So
Oh,
thank you. It's perfect.
thank you. And this is also really important to me because, like I say, it's my mom's birthday, but we didn't have that connection that you do. And I'm just grateful, for the reading today to be able to bring forward a mother and daughter and to have you have that.
Yeah.
So thank you for letting me do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
So beautiful. We're so happy for Candy. That's wonderful.
Are so happy. And she actually just became the co-affiliate leader of Helping Parents Heal Spiritual Tools for Grief Healing. So just today. So we had our
my goodness. So that is super validation.
really wonderful validation. Anyway, beautiful.
So I know we only have a few minutes left. I don't know if you want to use it for any. Oh, we got to do the draw. I was wondering, what do we need to do? So a wonderful woman had a reading with me several months ago, and almost immediately after, she purchased a reading as a gift to give to someone in Helping Parents Heal. And we're trying to find a way to do this very randomly to make sure that everyone has a chance. So what had been suggested is that I pick something with a theme, and I thought, well, we're kind of getting close to Halloween, so maybe we'll do something like that. I'm going to pick something after I figure out what we're going to do. I'm going to send it directly to Elizabeth, and then everyone who wants to participate can guess in the text chat box. And the first one that Elizabeth sees that is matching whatever I send will win a whole hour with me private reading. So, and I just want to say thank you to the wonderful donor that offered this to the group. And so, Elizabeth, if you're ready, I will think of something. So, I'm trying to think.
Maybe Irene would be better though. She's so good at.
You want me to? Okay, I guess I'm to Irene.
Send it to Irene.
Sure.
But thank you. That's very sweet of you.
No, not at all. I'm just happy to be able to honor the wish of the person that donated this. Okay, so my mind is drawing a blank. I'm not sure how to proceed. Okay, I'm going to choose like a general like Halloween costume that people might choose. And so I guess you'll watch. I'm going to send it to Irene. I'm going to make sure I don't send it to everyone so everyone guesses it right away. Hold on, I haven't sent it. Don't even look. I'm not looking. Don't guess yet. Just hold on. What should I put? Okay, I just sent it to Irene, so go ahead. Now you can make your guesses. And Irene, I'm trusting you to
I didn't see it. I didn't get it.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
No.
I'm looking too now. I don't see it yet either.
It didn't come through. Elizabeth, maybe she has to send it to you. I didn't get it, Michelle.
Oh, you didn't get it?
No.
Oh, you didn't get it? I sent, hold on. Okay, I just sent it to Elizabeth as well.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't see it either. Oh, I do. I do.
You have it? Okay, good. I'm sorry.
No worries. Let me just go back a little bit and make sure. This is a very exciting thing for Irene, myself, and for Michelle. I'm looking right now through all the answers to see if I can find the lucky winner.
Okay, I see it. So many people typed it in, Michelle, that it got lost in the
I'm so
in the feed.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We're looking. Still nobody has said.
It's a general one, though. Am I right? I thought it was
pretty general, but
well, is it the same, Michelle? Did you send it to Elizabeth, the same that you sent to me? Okay.
Are you looking, Irene? I think we're gonna get one, but this is interesting. Good. Okay. Okay, I'm going all the way back to the top as well, just to see. So we've got.
And please, I guess we should have said like maybe only one per person, because otherwise, like, there'd be a lot of scrolling if everyone's guessing.
I mean, okay, guess what? Well,
did you find it? I didn't find it yet.
I found one person with it. And guess who it is? This is amazing. I really think that Amber needs to talk. It's Candy. Candy won.
The one that I just read.
Oh, Candy, you've just won yourself a reading of an hour. With
Your daughter really wanted to bring it home, apparently.
I guess so.
That's too funny.
So, very exciting. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so
She was
much.
speaking though, right? She was like, "Mom, guess what?" Oh.
She used to win everything. I've never won anything in my life, okay? But my daughter, she won every, like, you know, the radio shows you call in and you get raffle ticket, or you get a free concert, or you get this. She used to win everything. So in spirit, I've gotten more free things because of Amber. So thank you.
Sorry, yeah, the answer is skeleton. Everyone's asking what the answer is. Sorry, because you guys didn't see it, but yes. Congratulations, Amber and Candy. And this
You
is
can't make this stuff up. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
these kids in spirit. I mean, if you don't believe they're here, I mean, this is so good. Thank you.
well, it's very exciting, and I am just so happy for both of you, and thank you so much for being here, Michelle. And
Yes, this was wonderful, Michelle. We hope you'll come back.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime. Thank you all so very much. I love being here and I'm very grateful. And please let me know if there's anything I can do to help any of you. So please take good care. Thank you.
thank you. And we always ask everyone to say thank you and good evening before.
Yes, unmute and say goodnight.
Thank
you,
you.
Michelle. That was
Bye.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
Amber.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.